Hi guys, I just wanted to do a quick video on expanding my Easterling army. So I've got Amdur and I've got 6 of the plastic Easterling Kataphracts. Now they're models I've wanted to try for ages, basically sort of since I got back into the Middle Earth, just because I've got 5 of the old metal ones, and I mean they're really cool poses, but I mean just the plastics look interesting and it's a really good kit. It gives you loads of extra bits. You even get a couple of dead Eastlings, which are amazing objectives. So I've built one into an objective marker with a 25mm base. Keeping them on spare for now. I might have a go at maybe push molding it or something, so you can get a few more out of it. But yeah, so as you can see, I've elected to just build the drummer. I've not given them a banner because Amdur himself counts as a banner. So I think if I'm taking Amdur in a list, I'm probably going to run a mounted because it just seems to make the most sense, unless I'm not taking any cavalry in that list. But so it counts as a banner, so that I might as well. So I figured save some points on that point. I don't need to put a banner in my cavalry. I've got a banner for my infantry. Possibly I'll get a few more infantry and maybe add another banner in there if I feel that it's needed. But yeah, I mean, I could probably do with getting some more infantry models to make some dismounts, because I've only got about 23 or so infantry models. I mean, really, I probably could do with a few more. That's probably about the minimum I want for a decent army, I think, is 20 infantry models. I've also got one of my male Kataphracts painted up as a captain on horse, so I could do making a dismount for him as well. But yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. At the moment, I'm thinking I might run one of my ring races Camel, just because that's an option. Maybe so I can get hold of Camel in the future. I have thought about buying the named ring race, but they're really expensive. I think you get is it 3 or maybe 4 for like 40 quid? Might be more now. I mean, obviously I guess considering the Amdur himself is 20 quid, yeah, that's probably fairly decent, mass wise. But I'm I don't know if I'd ever use that many of them. I just ring races are alright, but to be honest, if I'm gonna use a model list, the Witch King's really good, and I might throw in 1 or 2 more ring races to sort of give me some more funky doodads. But there are other more powerful models that if I want to hit hard, I want to do some damage with, that I could take in a mortar army, or I could just mob them. I mean, the advantage of the name ring race is for a few of the other evil men factions, it does give you a spellcaster, so it's quite cool character that can do a bit more damage. But then also Amdur seems pretty powerful on his own. So yeah, it could be handy to have maybe someone spellcasting with him. But then I've also seen Dragon Knights. They seem to be pretty cool. People rate them a lot. They've got some pretty decent stuff. So I actually, because I had a spare horse and you get a few spare riders in the Cataphract kit, I'm having to go at converting up a Dragon Knight. So you see, I found this in my bits box. It looks a bit like a sort of dragony head, so I thought, oh, that'd be a really cool crest. They come with 2 swords, so that's really all I've done, is added this funky crest and given him 2 swords. So the helmet I've used for him is meant to be the captain helmet, but I've just cut the spike off and put the crest there. So I've kind of made him look like he's kind of holding the reins with one hand and holding the sword loosely currently, but yeah. And actually, something I wish I'd done with the Kataphracts is drill a pin into their asses, because it makes it a lot easier to paint them if you can use the pin to maybe stick that in something. So this horse that I've made for the Dragon Knight is actually a Rohan horse. So as you can see, I've had to make some barding and stuff for it. Use milliput this time. Yeah. I mean, I'm not too disappointed with it. It looks alright. Could be better, but I think it'll look pretty decent once it's painted up. I don't know what colours I'm going to do the Dragon Knight, because part of me was thinking that it'd be fun to sort of do him maybe with black armor maybe purple robes or something, and then that would then be the color of like my black dragons. But then I'm also thinking what I might do is if I want to, I might just run my whole army as black dragon, something if depending on the points that I'm playing to, or my Kataphracts or whatever. So if I paint him weird, then I'm like, oh, it might look a bit odd if the rest of my army is just my normal color. And then I suppose one option is I could, get some more models and paint them out differently. But then I guess it would be interesting to have them stick out, because I guess Dragon Knights are meant to be part of the weird dragon cult, so they're a bit different to the main army. So there is that. I've been thinking about getting some of the acolytes from Forge Worlds, so I think the Dragon Knight would then be able to lead them, so that's something else as well. But I think kind of like the Dragon Knight's kind of like a character killer, a hero killer. You kind of throw him in, he goes and beats some heroes and just causes a bit of havoc. So having him in a warband on his own is not too much of an issue anyway, because he can only take, I think, black dragons in his warband, but I think acolytes come under that, or maybe they've changed the rules, they might have FQ'd or something. But yeah, so I now have like 10 Kataphracts, a mounted captain, an Amdur, and then I've got a bunch of infantry. So I think I've got quite a nice Easterling army now. And the green allies with Mordor, so I could always stick the Witch King in and some orcs or something, and like that could be a pretty decent actually. Yeah, the Witch King I think he's only Valor actually in a Mordor army, isn't he? But I mean, the Witch King at 50 more on orcs. It's a bit more infantry, some like harder hitting infantry. I mean, if I'm taking Mordor, I could just take orcs and another orc captain and more orcs, because I think it's maybe 25% of your army has to be Eastlings. But I mean, I think looking there at about 700-ish, 600 to 700 points of Eastlings anyway. So unless I'm playing a 1,000-point game, and if I was allying with that army, I wouldn't be able to get loads and loads in anyway. But yeah, anyway, guys, that was a really rambly video, but thanks for watching. Happy hobbying.